Hey, everyone. Renee Costley, creator of the Real Talk Business and Motivation Facebook group and host of this show podcast tonight. Now it's Tuesday, it's 8 p.m. So the whole focus of the show is to bring you a special guest every week live so they can share their tips, they can share their tricks and how they're monetizing on social media. So this guest that I'm bringing on tonight, her name is Rebecca, and she is crushing it in Facebook Reels Play bonuses. She's doing amazing, making over 21K, guys, 21K total so far in Facebook Reels. She's an entrepreneur and a content creator, and I'm just going to bring her on the screen so she can just let you guys know a little bit more about herself. Hey, Rebecca.
Hey, how's everybody doing? Just a little bit about myself. You did a great job introducing. I don't really think you missed anything. I've been creating content for about 5 years now. I also own a small business, a social media agency. Obviously, I have to be a little bit more professional there than I am on my own page. If you've seen my content before, you know it's a little out there sometimes, but putting it lightly, sorry. But I just like to have fun with it and share about my life and everything. And I've gained quite a few followers doing so, just sharing about me and everything and doing little skits and stuff. It's been a lot of fun.
Awesome. And when you say a few followers, how many followers do you think you increased within the last month or since you joined just Facebook Reels Play bonuses in general?
Well, I'm on my third bonus right now, and I actually have 21,000 followers.
Okay, because I know when you filled out the guest form, I think you had like 13K.
Yes,
Don't
ma'am. It's
quote me.
been going up a
Okay.
lot.
So that was just last month. That was just last month that you filled out the guest form. So just in a month time span, you have already gained 7,000 followers,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
All right. And just to get down to the nitty gritty, you have made about a total of 22,000 in Facebook Reels so far.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I know your biggest month. What would you say it was?
Honestly, it would probably have been my first bonus period. I brought in 15K on that one, and I was a little surprised because it was my first time, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, this is crazy! This is a great extra income. Extra
Right.
income is more than my main income."
Right. Oh my God, that is just a lot. Even if you are an entrepreneur, if you're just a content creator, an extra 15K a month, that's like a little bit more than a side hustle. Like
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
a lot. That's not coins. That's a little big in your pocket. So that is
Absolutely.
a lot. And I want to say, congratulations for what you have been able to accomplish and just how successful you have been in the program so far. And I wanted to just bring you on for you can share that insight and tips with everyone who is watching, who is posting on social media, who is monetizing either on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, or TikTok, or who is trying to monetize because you need to know what steps that you need to take or just insight for what is working for Rebecca right now. So every week we find out what's working for that guest. Today, Rebecca, 22K. Wow. So can you tell everyone how many times a day and how many times a week would you say you post?
When I first started out, I was posting up to 3 videos a day. And honestly, when I first started out, I wasn't completely aware of all the conditions and everything. So some of my reels did have the TikTok logo. And that made me so nervous whenever I found out you're not supposed to. So I just started posting them without it. And luckily, I wasn't on the side that got in trouble for the TikTok logo. I was able to keep some of those videos up, and I still haven't, and nothing's happened yet, knock on wood. But 2 to 3 times a day I was posting. I have slowed down a little bit here recently, but I honestly want to say that's not what you should do. Consistency is key. Keep posting. Don't give up.
Yes, I definitely agree when it comes to that because I see a lot of people get discouraged or they lose motivation when they either are not invited to the program yet or they are already in a program but they're not seeing their coins rack up yet. But the key is just to keep posting consistently. Now, even
Yes,
if you
ma'am.
had to double up, you should double up because if the
Absolutely. You
program is
never
becoming Right, more and more saturated. Would you say your views have decreased recently? Or
Actually, for this bonus, they have just a little bit, but they're starting to
okay.
go back up again.
Okay. And for everyone who is listening who wants to go viral, can you tell them how many times have you went viral and what was your most viral video? What was the amount of views on your most viral video?
My most viral video, I had 3.2 million views on it. Out of all my
Wow.
videos that went viral, I'm a little frustrated that it was that one, but I guess we don't get to pick which videos go viral, right? I'm like, oh man, that's the one, huh? But
Wow.
right, when I first started out, all my videos were like in the hundred of thousands of views and everything. They have gone down a little bit here recently, but I have 3 videos that are actually that have hit 3 million views. But my most viewed one is 3.2 million.
Woo. So if you watching, guys, you never know when that video is going to take off. So Rebecca, did that video that had 3.2 million views, did that take off right away, or did it take off like a few days later, a few weeks later? Like, how did that work?
It actually took off right away. People, I'm not gonna lie, there's a lot of trolls on Reels, and some people were kind of being ugly at first. But all of my followers, I don't even have to reply; they just comment for me and take up for me, and I'm just like, thanks. So some of it was negative attention. I don't want to lie, but attention is attention, and those were views. I was getting
Right.
paid for that. So
Okay. And then even if it's negative, they're still watching. They're
yes,
still
ma'am.
watching. So would you say it was a couple weeks, or did you not even notice like when it hit that many views when it went viral?
Okay, I thought that it was still only like at 1 million or 2 million views, and then we were talking the other day, and I was looking through my reels, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's crazy!" Like I didn't even realize that I'd hit 3.2. Sometimes the comments you don't get notifications for all the comments on videos, and there's probably
Yeah.
over 700 comments on that video, so I was just like,
That's a lot. That's a lot. And that comes from just posting consistently, guys. Now, what type of reel was that? Like, was that content in your niche, or was that just you thinking outside the box, just throwing something out there? Like, what type of video was this that went
it
viral?
was it was just comedy. I was just posting like I normally do, and I just did a skit, and I just put my own little twist on it, and it hit.
Wow, that is truly amazing. And guys, if you are just tuning in, what we are discussing is Facebook Reels Play Bonuses program. It is a program that gives creators the opportunity to make 35K a month. And then if you reach that level, it doubles to 70K a month. And this is just from posting content consistently. No, everyone is not automatically invited to the program. You do have to receive an invite, but there is a way where you can at least submit interest form. So I'm going to drop that in the comments. So you can at least submit your business pages, not your personal pages. But good news today. We just all received good news. Also, that Facebook has some updates. So Reels is becoming available in 150 countries, I believe over 150 countries. So a lot of other people are going to be able to have the option of posting Reels. Now, my thing is, I'm not sure if it's going to make this oversaturated. Like people like us that are already like monetizing with the Reels, is it going to make it harder for our content to be seen because they're opening up to so many people, like 150 countries? That's a lot. Like, is this going to be like, whoo, pulling tooth and nails? Because it's already kind of crazy, but it's a lot of content creators and entrepreneurs who have been successful and who are currently successful right now, racking in the coins like Rebecca, who has made over 22K total just Facebook Reels posting content. Now, guys, she is also an entrepreneur. So she's already on social media doing her thing. So this was just an opportunity that allowed her to bring in extra money on top of being on social media. So instead of just consuming the content, she's creating the content and getting paid to do so. So guys, if you don't know much about Facebook Reels Play bonuses, you need to tap in, you need to tune in. If you need a support community or just want to network with like-minded individuals, please feel free to join the Real Talk Business and Motivation Facebook group, guys. We're all working together and trying to just figure this out as a team, and it's just really awesome. And Rebecca is also a part of the group. Yep. So I do want to ask you, Rebecca, I know you've been in the group for a while now. What would you say the group has been a valuable resource, or is there any type of insight that you can give people who are watching right now, who is not aware of the group, doesn't know anything about the group, doesn't know anything about Facebook Reels, and they're just confused but intrigued right now because everything you've said so far is like, wow, like how is she doing it? So is there any insight that you can give about the group?
Well, one thing I want to say about the group is like it feels like we're all like some big team. Like nobody's
Yeah.
against you in that group. They're on your side. They're rooting for you. So if you ever have any questions or anything or even need just a little bit of support, you can go there and everybody is there for you and everybody is just so kind. There's been a few times, I don't want to lie or fib, where I felt like not motivated and possibly wanted to give up, but people in the group, they're like, no, you can't give up. You got to keep going. And everybody's just really encouraging. And they're so good at answering questions if you might have any.
Yes. I definitely want to say it's a team. It's crazy because I'm only one person, so I can't get everywhere and answer all the questions. But I just love the dynamic of the group, which is teamwork. We're working together for a common goal, which is to build our businesses and monetize off social media because we're posting anyway as entrepreneurs. We're posting anyway if we have businesses. So why not make money on social media? 1 + 1 = 2. So it makes sense to me. So I hope if you're tuning in, you're going to get some valuable insight on the Facebook Reels Play bonuses. We're going to be going over an overview of the Creator Studio and the Professional Dashboard. Rebecca, like myself, she's into social media marketing. Is that what you do for your agency?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so she's into social media marketing as well. So she has a lot of insight that she can bring to you guys tonight just by going over the professional dashboard. Now, just before I let her get into it, I just want to let you know that everyone does not have a professional account. I don't have a professional account. I wasn't invited to have a professional account. So all of the pages that I'm monetizing on for the Facebook Reels Play Bonuses program is my business pages. But there are so many other people who receive the invite, receive the opportunity to monetize on their personal account, which is great. So Rebecca is going to be more so the expert and walking you through the professional dashboards and just some ins and out tips and tricks on if you're already monetized on your personal account, which you can utilize in order to continue to grow in the program. So Rebecca, I'm gonna let you take it away.
Okay, so please correct me if I'm wrong, but so far I've noticed only if you are invited to your personal account, you can view the dashboard. Is that correct?
Well, the dashboard looks different.
Okay, yes, ma'am. Different. Okay, on our dashboard, you can see everything from post reach to video clicks. You can even see how many people have unfollowed you. The dashboard really is your little toolkit for you to see what video is working for you, see who your audience is, because you can actually see the gender of your audience and the cities they're from and everything. It's really cool how much it shows. For your post performance, you can see impressions, reach, engagement. It really does show you everything. And whenever I say it's your little toolkit, it really is, because you go there and you view all your stats. You can view your earnings. You can even like break it down by day to see what you did that day and maybe what's working for you, so you can make more of that content, like what your followers are liking and things like that.
Now we do have the post reach, so I believe you went over that, and I can just see on your dashboard your reach is at, is that 1,810,845 people? So over 1 million, 1.8 million.
Yes, ma'am. And actually, last month I was at 4 million, so that's gone down quite a bit.
Yeah, it's because the program is becoming so oversaturated. It's crazy. Yes, but ma'am. That's still a great reach right there alone. And then you can also see the amount of new followers that you had within the last 28 days. So over 5K, that's a lot. That's a lot, and a lot of people are not able to achieve that at this moment. So that's just crazy. That's crazy.
A lot of people have told me that like using hashtags or sharing to other groups is what works for them, but honestly, I haven't done any of that. I've just tried to be consistent, interacting with my followers, and just be
Interacting.
myself.
That's important because some people, they'll have the comments on their reel, but they never go back and reply to the comments. Guys, when you go back and reply to the comments, you're just boosting your engagement. If you don't interact with your audience is gonna be like, okay, like, what is she on Beyonce level, or what is he, Jay-Z? I mean, like, he doesn't have the time to interact. But when you take the time to actually interact organically with your audience, that keeps them intrigued, that keeps them coming back. And when you reply, they could say, "Oh, let me see what she has, what she posted today." Let me see. So it's just a
Absolutely.
great way. So never forget to reply back to those comments, because a lot of people are engagement, but not taking that step.
And you can even reply back to the rude ones. Just kill them with kindness. That's what I do. Don't be ugly, because you can get a restriction for that. I wouldn't curse at them or anything like that. All I do is just kill them with kindness. I'm like, if you want to say that to make yourself feel better, that's fine.
Ooh, now the trolls is a whole nother ball game, so we get into that like
Mhm.
every episode. But the response is uniform, that you should not interact with negativity with a negative response. Now, I would just say thank you for watching, or thank you. That way, they're still coming back and viewing your video. You're getting paid off these guys, so we're putting ourselves on Front Street. Do not let this get you discouraged. If you're receiving negative comments, you need to just look at it as motivation. It's just a little bit of fuel to the fire. You're just still getting paid. So negativity out the window. We are content creators. We're out here every day on social media, posting ourselves, being transparent, letting the world see either us or some type of insight into our personality or what we do for business. So it comes with the territory. Unfortunately, everyone is not positive out here. Some people are miserable, and some people have extra time on their hand, too much time, if you
Mhm.
would ask me. But I'm glad that you brought that up, because there may be some people tuning in today who may not know how to deal with that. Or that may be stopping them from posting content or getting into social media and kind of getting in their way, because you have to have that mindset that you don't give a crap. You don't give a crap. So thank you for
Absolutely.
bringing that up, because we all deal with it.
Like I was telling you earlier, once you build a following, sometimes you don't even have to reply to the negative comments. Your followers will do it for you. And they're saying things that you wish you could say, but you got to be kind.
Yeah. Yeah. I did just put the link to the group in the chat, guys. So if you were looking for it, it is right here. It's going to be facebook.com/group/reels play bonuses. Now the title of the group is going to be the same thing as this show tonight. So you should see Real Talk Business and Motivation Support Group for Creators and Entrepreneurs pop up. I will be accepting people tomorrow. So bear with me. If you do join, make sure you answer all the questions, because at this point we just need to make sure we keep the dynamic and the environment just safe and friendly. And there is spammers out there. So we want to make sure that you're answering the questions so you're not getting delayed into being accepted into the group. But we would love to have you. It's a team. So I hope anyone that's joining is coming with nothing but positive energy. And if you need motivation, if you're not right there in your mindset, of course, still join, because that's what the group is for. We're going to motivate you. We're going to uplift you. Even if you come in there and you say you want to quit or want to give up, there's always going to be an army like, hey, why? So even if you're not there yet, just still join. We'd love to have you. Teamwork makes the dream work. So there it is. And I'm also going to drop, while Rebecca is talking, I'm going to drop the update for Facebook update. So if you want to read that article on Meta and what they're doing, I'm going to just drop that in the chat. So just look out for that.
Okay.
Now,
Um,
Have you went over like post engagement and like the reactions and stuff?
I mentioned it just a little bit. I was just saying that you can go through and you can literally view anything about your followers. I was looking earlier, and you can even I was seeing that you can see what city they live in, what country, what percentage of female followers you have versus what percentage of male followers you have. Me personally, I have a lot more female followers, but my content is aimed more towards females, so that makes a lot of sense. It's a cool little tool that creators can use. From my understanding, only people with a personal, like professional dashboard, like who got invited to the program on their personal Facebook. Sorry, blah, 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 got invited to the program on their personal Facebook. Have access to that at the for the time being, but that could change because Mark is constantly releasing updates and trying to fix everything that's going on, the glitches and things like that.
Yeah.
Today, like she said, today he made an update, and apparently we have some new tools coming, which is very exciting.
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not sure if you want me to just jump in here right now, but guys, if you have been waiting for 60-second reels, just like on Instagram, it has been an update where they're rolling out the 60 seconds. I thought I was going crazy the other day because I'm like, I've been splitting my reels down into two parts every freaking time when I'm transferring them from Instagram. And now I just see 60 seconds. I was like, has this been here the whole time, or I'm just having a slow moment? And turns out they're just rolling it out. So I have it on my account, but I noticed that some of my clients do not have the option to post 60-second reels yet. They only have the option to post 30 seconds. So guys, if you're waiting for that, which is crucial, a game changer, because we all don't post short reels all the time, then it should be rolling out pretty soon, because that is part of the update.
Absolutely. Something else I wanted to mention. If you have a personal account and you were invited to the program, it automatically makes everything public, pictures, information, all of that. And that's something definitely that you need to keep in mind whenever you're making these reels, because it is dangerous. There's people out there, you know? So if you do get invited to professional mode on your personal account, I do suggest going through there and maybe removing some personal information such as location and things like that. If I want to post something and I don't really necessarily want to share it with all of my followers, but my friends and family, I can always just change the privacy on each particular post. So I'm still being able to post to just friends and family, and it's not taken over by my followers commenting and stuff like that.
Yes, which is great. So I do want to say, if you're just tuning in right now, I have Rebecca, and she is an entrepreneur and content creator. She has made about 22,000 in Facebook Reels Play bonuses alone, and that's just by posting consistent content and going viral on a few of her videos, one topping even 3.2 million views. So, guys, this is definitely another way to get extra income. If you have a business, you're posting anyway. So, make sure, if you're watching, just to like, share, subscribe, turn your post notifications on, because every Tuesday I'm coming at you with a special guest live, and they'll be able to share their tips, tricks, and insight on what is working for them. And the goal is for you to mesh it all together and see what will work for you, so you can actually increase your following, be able to monetize on social media while also gaining clients if you have a business, or just building your brand in general. So that is where we are right now. We're going over Facebook Creator Studio and the professional dashboard today. At the end, we will open it up for a live Q&A. So if you have any questions, make sure you are dropping them in the chat so we can answer them at the end, guys. But I do want to just go over some of these updates that we got today from Facebook. So if you can see on the screen, we have remix, create your own reel alongside an existing publicly shared reel on Facebook. When you create a remix, you can create a reel that includes all or part of another creator's reel. So if you guys use TikTok or if you use Instagram, you already are kind of familiar with what a remix is. So Facebook is bringing it to the platform, which I think is really cool. 60-second reels I already went over. It's basically allowing you to make reels 60-second long. So if you already only had the option for 30 seconds, hopefully that will roll out to you soon, because it is beneficial not to have to cut off your reel or break it down into two parts if it is longer than 30 seconds. Drafts, Facebook is rolling out drafts. You will soon be able to create a reel and choose to save a draft below the save button. So if you're doing it on Instagram, you already see the save as drafts. Facebook is going to have the same option. If you don't already see it, you should be seeing it soon. Video clipping. In the coming months, Facebook is planning to roll out video clipping tools that will make it easier for creators who publish live or long form recorded videos to test different formats. So when they are bringing some of those editing features, you guys might already see. If you already see some of these things, just drop something in the chat. Drop a guided or something. Let people know that you already have it on your dashboard or when you're creating a reel. So let's just see how many people already have some of these features already. But I did want to go over some of the updates. 150 countries. Woo! I'm a little scared about how oversaturated this program might get. So let's just make sure we're posting consistently and doubling up right now before everyone else is hopping on there. So if you're watching right now, you posting consistent content. Let's turn it up another notch before all these other people get on here and are able to create reels, because we definitely want to stay ahead of the game. So even if we gotta challenge and push ourselves to post more, we want to do that to make sure we're able to maximize and get the most out of this program.
Absolutely. I know you know what a content calendar is because you work in social media and stuff like that. But honestly, even creating a content calendar for your reels, it's not a bad idea, and it helps you stay organized and things like that.
Yeah, I would definitely say so. I just posted a funny reel today, and I was just going over like how crazy it is if you do not take the time to plan your content. Like, use that draft feature if you already have it. I create a lot of my reels on Instagram before I transfer them over to Facebook, so I was already storing stuff in drafts on that platform, and just when I upload it to Instagram, I was just transferring it over to Facebook, which you can cross post on platforms, guys. So if that was one of your questions, you can cross post. I do a lot of cross posting. So you can, if you're in the Instagram Reels Play bonuses, you don't want to have that share to Facebook feature turned on. You want to turn that off if you're monetizing on Instagram too, like I am, because that can overshare your video. So you don't want to do that. So I make sure I turn mine off and I still transfer it to Facebook. So cross promote, guys, definitely.
I seen Adam said that he said his reels have a new feature, green screen. I haven't heard of that yet, but that seems pretty interesting.
Yeah, the green screen is pretty much where you can change the background. I posted a video yesterday, and I just making my first
Oh,
skit
the one with
actually.
your son.
Yeah, making my first skit. So I was actually in my home. I was actually in my living room, and I used the green screen feature and just put a cool like video in the background of that, just to make it seem like we were at a live concert. It was really fun. So green screen, if you're not using it, is a fun feature to use, and you can just change your background and kind of like be anywhere, or you can just be thinking outside the box to make your content more entertaining. So I do like doing that. And even like something like this, like a screenshot. Right now, I have up Rebecca's screenshot so you guys can actually see her receipts. So you guys won't have to ask about the receipts at the end. Her receipts are right here, guys. But I also use green screen to like screen record. Like if I want to do an informative, like educational reel, I might screen record something and then throw that in the back behind me so I can kind of look like I'm teaching on like a whiteboard or something like that. So that's another way you can use a green screen. And if you don't see it, if you're not able to find it on Facebook or Instagram, you can also use CapCut. I love CapCut, so I do create a lot of reels in CapCut. It's pretty simple and it has a lot of different features like the overlays, and if you want to duplicate yourself, if you want to be picking up objects out the sky, you definitely want to download CapCut because I love it, and it's a application that allows me to create content that's a little bit out the box. So guys, definitely look into that. But green screens are awesome. So you're gonna have to try one, Rebecca.
Yeah, I don't have that option yet, so I guess I'm gonna have to try out CapCut because I can do a lot with that.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome, and people think it's cool anyway. Let's see. I think we went. Did I go over these updates? This is what Mark posted today. So Mark said Reels is already our fastest growing content format by far, and today we're making it available to everyone on Facebook globally. We want Reels to be the best place for creators to connect with their community and make a living. So we're launching new monetization tools too. More details in the comments. Of course, his comments was crazy, but luckily one of the group members, shout out to you, Amber. I saw her screenshot of this, so I was like, let me grab this because I went to his status and I could not find the more details in the comments. So thank you, Amber, for actually posting this in the group and allowing me to grab it. It was easy to find, so I appreciate you. But in the comments, he says, we're adding creative tools to Facebook Reels like Remix and the ability to create a reel from an existing story. We're also building video clipping tools, blah, blah. We went over that part. But one thing I did go over is that they will have the ability to finally share the reels and the stories. So I cannot wait until they roll that out, guys. That's going to make it super easy for us to support one another, first of all, because of course a lot of people have businesses, so we're not able to share other content creators or entrepreneurs stuff consistently on our personal pages and things. But if we had the option to share in the story, I'm pretty sure a lot more people will feel comfortable and will be able to actually do so. So I think that's really cool to share the reels and the story because it was limiting us and they were behind Instagram, not giving us that feature. Like I love that about Instagram that I can share my reels. Are you on Instagram too?
I'm not actually I am on Instagram, but I'm not as familiar with it as you are. I actually came from TikTok, so
Okay.
yes, ma'am.
How you
Um,
doing on TikTok?
well, honestly, I went bigger on Facebook. On TikTok, I only have about 4,000 followers, but they're very active followers, so and that matters. Um, I'm doing pretty good over there. I understand their platform a lot more than I do Facebook. I'm still learning it, not gonna lie. So I bring a lot of my videos over from TikTok, and I just remove the watermark, so I'm not breaking any rules.
Yes. So, guys, if you're watching, please remove those watermarks, those TikTok watermarks, and also try to incorporate the music that's on a platform. So, if you're taking a video from TikTok and making it into a Facebook reel, instead of automatically letting that music transfer over, see if Facebook has that music. That way, it can be more so incorporated into the app. And I feel like it's better as far as them being able not to tell that you're transferring stuff over. So just take those two extra steps, guys. Removing the watermark and also trying to find the music and incorporate it when you're transferring over to whatever platform you're on. I was invited to Instagram Reels Play bonuses before I was invited to Facebook Reels Play bonuses. Instagram is way more limited, way more kind of random than Facebook. I feel like Facebook is like that equal opportunity, like workplace or whatever you want to call it, because they start everyone off with the option to make 35,000 a month, guys. So it's not like you talk to your friends and then only one person has the option to make 35K and someone else has only had the option to make $1,200 as a uniform across the board. So once you're invited, you can make $35,000 a month. And then if you are super awesome, super great, super consistent, somehow go viral or just somehow reach the mark of 35,000, that is when it reaches the next level of 70K. Guys, Instagram cheap. I know, my Instagram is more limited. I only have the option to make 2,500 a month on Instagram, and I know people who have more followers than me who is capping off like their maximum bonus amount is less than 1,200, even though they have a bigger following, and also people who have less following than me able to make more. So Instagram is really random. I believe it has something to do with what type of account that you have on Instagram. Like if you have an entrepreneur, if you're a public figure, mine is set to a public figure, and I think that's why I had the option for a more maximum increase than someone with more followers, and they have it set to entrepreneur. So guys, just keep that in mind. If you are monetizing on Instagram, drop an IG in the chat. Let us know that you're making money on that platform, because I know a lot of people are here to talk about Facebook Reels Play bonuses. But honestly, if you have a question about Instagram too, I would feel comfortable answering it because I was invited to that program before Facebook. So any questions that you have, drop them in the chat because we're going to be answering them at the end. And if you're just tuning in, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We are here to give you insight because we want everyone to win. This is a team thing. So if we can, and one person can help you grow just by letting them know what has worked for them, then hey, that's an added bonus, because without that, we kind of would be up in a loop. So thank you, Rebecca, once again for coming on. I really do appreciate you. Now, regarding like the creator studio, is there any like tips and insight that you can give anybody that's watching about it?
Okay, if you have if you're invited to professional mode from your personal account, you don't have access to Creator Studio as the business pages do. I have like an admin over several business pages, so I am able to see them on Creator Studio. But unfortunately, if I want to like see like my detailed payouts, I do have to use my dashboard. But there is also a way to view payouts and statements through settings too.
Yes. Yes, it is. So I'm not sure if that's something that you feel comfortable walking them through. I know it's a couple additional steps. So if we had to, we could just like drop it in the group after the episode. But I think someone already probably dropped it. And I'll just go ahead and find it and add it to the guide section at the top, so you won't have any problems looking for it. But there is an option if you haven't seen it. If you haven't got your invoice, you can actually go into those settings and be able to find it.
I personally haven't been able to do it from my cell phone, but I have been able to do it from a desktop. So all you do is go to settings. You go to your profile settings. No, sorry. You go to your personal information. And then you scroll down to the bottom, and near ads, right underneath ads, you'll see payouts. And you click on that, and that brings you detailed everything. And something else I also noticed, I'm not trying to skip around, sorry. If you're having trouble getting emails from Facebook and you think something's wrong, you can go to your settings and also view the emails, the recent emails that Facebook has sent you. So if you missed your invoice or anything like that, you can definitely go and view it that way too.
Yes, yes. And for anyone who is watching who has a question about how to submit that interest form for the Facebook Reels Play bonuses, this is the link right here, facebook.com/creators/program/bonuses, guys. So if you're looking just to submit your business pages, you can go to that link, see what happens. It's not a guarantee at all that you'll receive an invite. Some people are still waiting on that invite, so just keep that in mind. But it doesn't hurt just to sign up for updates and just to put that interest in, so you can really submit every business page that you have. I know when I first got invited to the program with one of my business pages, I came across this link and I was like, wow, well, I can submit all my other ones. So I submitted all my other ones. This was in the beginning though, like months ago, like last year. And once I submitted all my other business pages, the next day, all of them were able to get monetized. But
Oh,
keep
that's
in
awesome.
mind, yeah, that was like months ago. Like when it first hit, I think like people didn't really know about it. But since I was already on Instagrams, I thought like Facebook's was like the same. I was like Instagram, Facebook. And that's why I started researching. Like, okay, it's two separate programs. And that's how I came across that link. Now, guys, it's oversaturated. It's crazy. It's people that are still waiting to get in. But I can say submit that interest form. Do not get discouraged. Stay motivated and post consistently. Make sure you post content that you actually love creating. Because if you're just like pretending to be somebody else. I mean, we pretend to be somebody else on content all the time. We do skits and stuff, but make sure you are actually creating content that you love. That way, it won't really feel like a job. Um, and just be creative. Do a duet here, do a remix here, do a skit here, do a green screen there. Like you don't have to like limit yourself. You can constantly post content and do different content as you go just to see what hit or misses because you never know what is going to take off. So guys, if your views are low right now, and if you're not seeing what you want to see, you don't know if 3 weeks from now that reel is going to take off. That has happened to me where I'm just like, what? Who is sharing this? And I'm going to go look at it. I'm like, this was 3 weeks ago. Y'all just liking my outfit. It's like no, from 3 weeks ago. Or it could just be something crazy because I post a lot of business and motivation, but every now and again I'm throwing something else, something entertaining, or maybe like one of those like outfit like transition ones, and that was something that took off. And I'm like, oh well, people must love my outfit. But it took 3 weeks for it to take off. So you just never freaking know. Just keep posting consistently, and post different type of content and see what sticks. And Rebecca, can you just go over how many times a day would you say you're posting again for people that are just tuning in right now?
Yes, ma'am. When I first started out, I was posting up to 3 times a day. That was my goal, get 3 videos out. Here lately, life is happening, so there's a little bit more going on, and I haven't been able to be as consistent. And you can definitely see that in my views and even my current balance for this Reels bonus. But since I have slowed down, I at least post every other day. That's my goal right now because that's what's doable for me right now. So make sure you make your goal realistic and not anything too crazy. Um, I'm going to go back up to 3 a day, but for right now, every other day, that's about what I'm doing.
Yeah. And I think with the program just becoming oversaturated in general and more people have the option to create reels and then more people are being invited into the program, that's what's making it so hard. So what worked like a couple months before is not what's working now because it's just like uh, I guess competition, not really competition, but pretty much they're making it like a competition type of thing. I feel like who already has like the biggest audience or who is going to turn it up a notch and post even more because your content, your reels are getting harder and harder to be seen and more people are posting reels. It's like if 3 times a week is what got you 16,000 or what got you to the point, what got you the most money, it's like now in order to make that, it's like you got to post like 6 times a day maybe. There's a lot of people that are posting. I think we just lost Rebecca. Hopefully she'll come back in and join us. But for people who are just joining, I've had several guests on the show. One told me they post 20 times, 20 freaking times a day. But that 20 times a day actually paid off for her. So if you're looking for that episode, that's the one with Veronica Kennedy. And she was posting 20 times a day, guys. And she almost kept out with the Facebook Max. So the more you post, the more money you can make. And the type of videos that she was posting was duets. So duets is what was working for her and posting 20 times a day. And now I know if you're somebody like me, you're probably like 20 times a day. I cannot post 20 times a day. Like, oh my God, like I can't keep up with that. So I would say just kind of like take a little bit from every episode and try to figure out what works for you. Because 20 times a day might not be realistic for you because you're doing so many different types of things. But if you do want to challenge yourself, duets is probably that route to go, because you can really take somebody else's video that they already have and actually just react to it. So it's not like you have to do a lot of editing. It's not like you have to do a lot of voiceover type of thing. It's just you're just reacting to somebody else's video, and that's kind of pretty easier to do if you're trying to get up there to 20 videos a day. And I do have Rebecca back, so I'm so glad that she was able to come back. Hey, Rebecca. Hey,
Yeah, I'm so
where
sorry
you
about
go?
that.
Did I run your way?
No, ma'am, technical difficulties. So sorry.
Oh no, you're totally fine. You're totally fine. It happens to the best of us. It's crazy. But I'm glad to have you back. And I was pretty much just going over like what works for one person might not work for the next. So what you're doing is posting 3 times a day. That has worked for you in order to get to this 20K mark that you had made in Facebook Reels play bonuses. But then you have content creators that's posting 20 freaking times a day. Like, oh my God, like really setting a bar, like, whoo, I don't know if you can see me like all the way up here, like 20 times a day. That's crazy. But the thing is, just figure out what works for you. But one thing I do want to suggest is just challenge yourself just to post just a little bit more. Because just keeping in mind that the program is becoming oversaturated. So now is the time. Now is the time to step it up a notch. I'm telling myself that too. Step it up a notch. Post a little bit more while we still have this platform the way it is before these 150 countries come join us. It's going to be like, wow, it's like a needle in a haystack type of thing. I feel like it's going to be crazy, but hopefully it won't be like that. All right, let's think positive. Hopefully it won't be like that, but it's just crazy to think that 150 countries are going to be having the opportunity to do Reels, which is great for them. Hopefully we'll have less spammers and hackers because they're now able to have the option to do this. But I definitely want to get into answering some questions. But before I answer the questions, I have one question for you, Rebecca. I don't think we kind of went into like your history. So, what were you doing before, like creating content, or did your social media agency kind of lead you into like this whole program?
Okay. I'm not sure if y'all are familiar with Dub Smash. It was kind of before TikTok, but
Yeah.
I've been creating content since then. And I didn't really hit it first. I just enjoyed doing it and had fun. So obviously, it wasn't my source of income. I was a secretary for a construction company, and then I kind of moved in. I did a lot of their marketing and things for them, and I realized I enjoyed that a lot. And I realized that I didn't have to answer to a boss every day. I could be my own boss and do that for
Yes.
multiple companies and not have to go to like per se an 8 to 5 Monday through Friday job.
Woo.
So before that, I was just a secretary, and then I just took a leap of faith and went out on my own.
Okay. And I know, let's not let that go over anybody's head that's watching. I mean, really stepping out there on faith, leaving a corporate job to be your own boss is just crazy, overwhelming, sometimes scary, but rewarding, like freedom, fulfilling, like feeling. Like, I don't even know how to describe it, but it's just crazy because I'm also on my entrepreneur journey too. I'm coming up on my 1 year anniversary full time of leaving my corporate job. I've been doing this business thing for quite some time, part time, a little bit longer, probably like 3 years. So 2 years part time, and now it's coming up on 1 year full time, just leaving my corporate job and be like, you know what? It does not feel right to clock in for you. It does not feel right for you to tell me what to do when I know more. Like, because sometimes you can work for these corporate companies and you can become like an expert in your role and then become like bored or start to feel unfulfilled, and just know like, oh, your spirit just be like, oh, it's time to go. I can't take it no longer. Take this badge, take the laptop, take everything. I'm just gonna step out there because I feel like I'm called to do something so much greater, or at least be able to put that same effort, that same 40 hours or that same 9 to 5 I'm giving to another company and to myself. So I just want to commend you, Rebecca, for being able to do that. I know we probably have a lot of people who are watching that is in a transition period, or they feeling that kind of like itch, like, whew, like I got to do it, but they're scared to take that leap of faith. So I did just want to point that out again, that to do that is a very awesome feeling. Um, and it's not getting in your own way. It's really stepping out there on faith. I don't recommend it for everyone, because being an entrepreneur is not for the weak, and it's not for people who will wake up one day and say, hey, I want to quit, hey, I don't want to do this anymore. It's just like, if you really feel like in your soul that you're called to do something different, if you really feel like you're meant to do more, or your purpose is bigger or beyond a 9 to 5, then do it. But I will never knock a 9 to 5, because I came from a 9 to 5, and I know it's a lot of other people who are creating content and they are working a 9 to 5. So if you are a career person and you have a great company you work for, and you're in a position where you're constantly growing, or you're just happy at what you do in your job, then all means rock out. But I just wanted to speak to those people right now who are transitioning, or feel like they should be transitioning this year, because it's 2022 and it's 222 today. So the energy is crazy. So I just wanted to point that out. Like, if you feel that in your soul, holla at me. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, because I want to be able to motivate as many people as I can. So we just lost Rebecca again, guys. But I'm going to start getting into the questions since it is around 8:52. So any questions that I can answer, I am going to. And if you have any questions right now, drop them in the chat. Because I'm just going to be scrolling through, answering as many as I can. And I would appreciate it if you just like, share, and subscribe, and turn your post notifications on so you don't miss the next one. I know someone asked me about Instagram. Oh, if you're in Instagram Reels, play bonuses, or even if you're posting on Instagram, I would say turn off that feature that shares it automatically to Facebook, because that's like technically against the violation, like oversharing. So just to be on the safe side, I would definitely turn that off. I have it turned off on mine because I'm constantly just transferring that content from Instagram to Facebook that way. And I haven't really recognized any big difference as far as looking at my insights on Instagram, as far as the people who have viewed it from Facebook. So I would say, if it's not really like helping, turn it off before you transfer it over to Facebook, because you don't want to violate. You don't want to violate at all. Hey, Rebecca, glad to have you back again. Are you able?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what's going on.
No, it's totally fine. We're just going to get into answering some questions right now, since we have been on here for almost an hour, which is lovely, because I hope that someone is motivated right now. I hope that someone has got some insight and some value, and is whatever they came here looking for, I hope they receive. So, Rebecca, one of the questions that Paula has for you, well, first she's saying congrats on your success. I know you have professional mode, but are your business pages monetized as well? And do you post the same content?
Okay. My business pages are not monetized. I wasn't as lucky as Miss Tanae. I didn't. I have requested, but I didn't haven't got approved yet, because I guess everybody. If they were monetized, I would not post the same content. Okay. Every business is different, and you would need to post related to that business. And like I was saying earlier, my page is a little bit on the unprofessional side for a business. I wouldn't post it on there. That's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. And my like virtual solution business, I'm not posting like that stuff. I'm posting business content, me working and things like that. Like my other pages will vary. So if I feel like it fits into what the page is about, then I'll post it. I'll post it there as well. And I haven't seen an issue. I'm actually seeing something take off like on one business page, and I posted it on like my digital creator business page, and it took off on one. So even though I posted it on two business pages, it actually took off on one and it didn't on the other one, and monetized on the one that it took off. So I mean, I don't see an issue with it at all. But that answers that question. So thank you. Let's see what else do we have here. Are you able to see the comments? I think she's frozen. Are you there, Rebecca? My Rose have a new feature. Okay, so Paula also said, wait, I missed that today. So you don't allow IG to recommend your reels on Facebook Wagon. Okay, so we went over that. Don't do that to be on the safe side. Don't do that. And again, if you are monetizing on Instagram, they are way stricter than Facebook, guys. No cussing in the videos on Instagram. Not even if it's not coming out your mouth. If you're using a voiceover, because a lot of the trendy ones, they at least let one cuss word fly, and it's really funny. I haven't seen like an issue with it on Facebook, but Instagram is like, woo, it's like that overprotective parent that see everything you do. Like as soon as I posted something which was a trending sound and it made sense for what I was doing, I just posted it on my personal Instagram and it was like, whoo, automatically it was like violation. I was like, not doing that again. Delete, because I don't have time for the issue. So make sure if you're on Instagram, even if it's like something funny and a trending audio, do not post that if it has any type of cuss word in it, because you don't want to risk like having your monetization taken away. And Instagram sees everything. They don't play. That first of all, they're cheaper. Like my Reels Play maximum is way lower than Facebook, and they also are like right there over my shoulder. Like, so if you monetizing on Instagram, don't do that. Just wanted to get that tip before I forget. Let's see. I don't know. Are you able to scroll the comments that's on the right side? I'm just looking through the
Yes,
questions right
ma'am.
now. All right. Someone said any tips on how to get monetized with Reels through IG. I already have Reels Play bonus on Facebook. The only tip that I can give you is to post consistently. Like I was only posting like one reel a day, but I was doing it like consistently for like at least 2 weeks before Instagram had gave me that option. Now I think if it pops up on your Instagram, like I was really just scrolling my newsfeed, minding my business, and something was like, "Hey, you want more money?" And I was like, "Sure." So if you do see that option, make sure you hop on it and you set it up, because I think like once it disappears, like it's not like Facebook and you could get re-invited. I don't think, like if you don't set it up initially when you see it and they give you a deadline to set up, then you might not ever see it again. But just post consistently and see what happens. I think it's less likely, but I don't want to necessarily say that because I know a lot of people have gotten into the Facebook program and not the Instagram program. So I do want to say they are cheaper. Hopefully, they won't see this video, but they're cheaper. And it's harder to get in, guys. So I would say like just post to both and see what happens. But Facebook is definitely where the money is at, and Facebook is starting everybody off with 35,000 a month. And keep in mind, if you are one of those people that reach the 35K a month maximum, they're even leveling your opportunity up to 70,000 a month, guys. So Facebook is taking over as far as like Instagram. Instagram is like that coin in your wallet, them little coins that's rumbling around in your wallet. And Facebook is where the big bank cards, the credit cards, that's all of that. So post consistently, but if you're in a Facebook Reels Play program, that's a honestly better opportunity. But I think there are some creators that are on Instagram who had the opportunity to make 35,000 a month. It's just kind of less likely unless you have a big audience already, pretty much. So I hope that answers your question.
I seen Adam R. He wrote, Rebecca, I have almost identical payout as you. This month is very slow. I just crossed 1,000. Any comments? I agree. This month is a little slow, but I'm to blame because I haven't been creating as much as I was before. Um, it would make sense that our payouts are the same right now if we have identical interactions and everything right now because they pay the same, right? And once your views go up, that pay goes down. I'm just now also making it to 1,000, but like I said, that's my own fault.
Hey, look, you making a lot more than a lot of people out here. So this is just motivating a lot of people that's watching just to know that it's possible. It is possible. So let's see, what else do we have? Let me know if you see one before me. I'm sorry, I'm kind of like long-winded over here. All right, I know we answered that.
Okay.
We went over this just in case you guys are just joining and missed that. Make sure you go to there if you're trying to submit your business page.
Have you already went over Chandler's comment asking if it would be easier to get invited if you have a business page?
Yeah. So this is that link right here, guys.
Okay.
Facebook.com/creators/program/bonuses. And that is how you submit the interest form. This allows them to know, hey, you're interested in any programs and updates that may come along that your pages are eligible for. So, guys, this is not a guarantee. This is not even an application. This is an interest form. But I have seen it help some people, especially in the beginning. It helped me. I was able to monetize on my other pages the next day. It's oversaturated now. So keep in mind, if you do submit this interest form, you do want to post consistently. Like, post consistently, okay? And make sure you're just doing your due diligence and not violating, like, follow the same rules. I would definitely follow the same rules that is incorporated into the Reels Play bonuses, and that way you won't have any violations on your account. It hopefully will be easier for you to get invited. So someone said Chandler. I'm sorry. So you manually upload the same videos on different platforms. You remove the watermarks, and you always. Woo! What is wrong with me? Yes, always remove the watermark. So if it's TikTok, if it's any type of indication that it was transferred from another platform, you want to remove it because it is a violation. If you're in the program, if you're not in the program, you're trying to get in the program, you do want to follow like the same rules. At least if anything, it's practice for you, so you can already be incorporating the type of stuff that's needed and required in the program. So make sure you take those watermarks off. And we went over incorporating the music on the platform that you're transferring it to. So if you're transferring it from TikTok, make sure you take the watermark off, upload it to Facebook or Instagram, but also look for that same music or that same voiceover. I know sometimes that can be hard. If it's a song, it could be fairly easy. Just put in the artist or the song name, of course. But if it's a voiceover, and I'm looking for, especially like on Instagram, I will hashtag whatever I feel like the voiceover is about, and I'm usually able to find it through like the hashtags and going to searching a hashtag and then going over to the real section. So I have been able to find a lot of voiceovers that way. So that is just a tip if you're trying to transfer over a voiceover. Try to search the hashtags first and see if you can find the same one. But it is harder to do. If not, I would still say transfer it over. But if you can find it, it would be helpful. Just for them to feel like you kind of like made it on their platform, even though you didn't. Like let's do our part just a little bit. Because it's already an opportunity to make money, and you can cross posts, but just make sure you're just taking some extra steps so you're not violating. Someone said, I am R. Jermaine said, how many times do you post on IG? I want to say about 3 times a day, sometimes less, to be honest. I've noticed since I've been in the Instagram Reels Play bonuses, my views have went down significantly. Probably the same reason why Facebook views are struggling right now. It's becoming oversaturated, I want to say, or some type of way, because my views have definitely went down on Instagram. I'm not sure if I'm shadow banned, but I definitely feel like it. I definitely feel like it on Instagram. But hey, I'm still posting my content and I've still made some money. I've definitely still made some money on Instagram, whether it's 350 or 400, or I think the most I made was 500. Now keep in mind, Instagram is cheap, so my maximum is 1,200. So 1,200 is the equivalent to 35,000 on Facebook. So so
Wow.
I'm making 1/4 for one half of that is like making half. Like if you can think about it in your mind like that, it's like making half of like the Facebook, because you still have to reach over a certain amount of views in order to make 1,200. So they still want you to go viral on Instagram, like viral consistently to make the 1,200. Like, so if you're worried about like Instagram program, hey, it's a possibility that you might be capped off at 600. I've seen people with more followers than me capped off at only 600. And I'm like, dang, you got triple the followers than me, but you only had the option to make 600 a month. Like, so Instagram is tricky. It's more random, unpredictable, and I want to say you're not really missing out on anything, but definitely still post consistently, because as we have learned, that posting consistently, if you have a business or a brand, it's already bringing you customers, it's bringing you clients. So even if you're not thinking about like the money like directly that Facebook or Instagram is going to pay you, you should be thinking about your business and your brand, and just being able to promote it more, market it more, and get it out there more. I mean, that is what social media is for. So let's utilize it, let's maximize it. Not let's not always think about money. Let's think about the bigger goal. If you're trying to make your small business a bigger business, or if you're just trying to increase your clientele, or the amount of products that you sell, or if you're a freelancer, I don't know what you do, but whatever you do on social media, posting consistently will not hurt. So even if you're not making money on Instagram, still post consistently, because you can get a lot of clients off Instagram. Shoot, I don't even I'm not making money off LinkedIn, but I get a lot of clients off LinkedIn. You think I'm not going to post on LinkedIn because LinkedIn is not paying me? Absolutely, that does not make sense. So always keep that in mind. Like, just because you're not making money on a platform, where I went out for a sec. I was like, did my laptop die? But it just did something weird and just cut out. So I do apologize. But I did want to just point that out to you guys. If you are not making money on a social media platform, that could be a way that gets you more customers or more clients. So LinkedIn has been great for me as professionally as for one of my businesses, especially virtual solutions. So if you're not on LinkedIn and you have a service that you offer, I'm just going to drop that tip right now. Had nothing to do with what we're talking about, but build your followers up. Followers or connections on LinkedIn, we call them connections, because it's more so like a professional, like social media platform type of thing. So build your connections up to at least 500 so you can be taken seriously. Because if you don't have at least 500 connections on LinkedIn, it's just like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So the way that you do that, guys, I'll have a whole separate episode on that, but just to give you a quick tip right now, the way that you do that is whatever your business is in, whatever type of clients you're trying to target. If you are in virtual solutions, which is, I would say, like a step up from virtual assistants. But I just do a whole lot of work with entrepreneurs and business owners. I'm building my connections up, just adding a lot of business owners and entrepreneurs. And just by me doing that and having my business info, my business links in my profile, they are able to see my stuff. And sometimes I actually post my business videos to LinkedIn, and people will say, hey, I found you off LinkedIn when I do a consultation with them. And I'm like, wow. Let me start giving LinkedIn a little bit more attention. So just keep that in mind. There's so many platforms, guys. If you are a creator entrepreneur, so many ways to make money. You got to really think outside the box and not think small. Do not limit yourself, and do not always think sales driven, or do not have the type of mindset that you're going to quit or not do something. So I do want to bring that up. I know that was left field, but I do feel like that was, so I felt like somebody need to hear that. Let's see. We're going to answer a few more questions before we hop off, guys. So I hope if you have a question that you dropped it in the chat. And if you're watching right now, I would have definitely appreciate a like, share, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you can come back for the next episode next Tuesday with the special guest. And you can keep getting this insight, these valuable tips, business stuff, motivation, and all of that. So I definitely would appreciate that, because this is a free resource, free content, and all I'm asking for is a like. And I was like, but seriously, it's free just to touch it. Free.
Like, I'm just saying.
Someone say, do I have to make a new page? I don't have a business page. You don't have to make a business page, but I would suggest it if you're trying to get into Facebook Reels play bonuses. You may not ever be invited on your personal account. So it's not harmful. Like, even if you're just a digital creator, you can make a page that says digital creator and just still post the same stuff that you're posting on your personal account. Like, you don't necessarily have this high end business or just something off the wall. You can really just be a digital creator, motivational speaker, and have all different types of categories for pages. So I definitely would suggest creating a page and submitting that interest form. Monica said, this is awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Someone said, how old do you have to be? Is everyone here over 18? Can we get I'm over 18 in chat? But I believe you have to be at least 18. Don't quote me on that, because I really don't think I have networked with anyone younger than 18. So I never had that question. Rebecca, do you know? She's frozen again. But guys, I would say at least 18, but don't quote me on that. I don't think I have anybody younger than 18 in the group, but I will still drop that information after this live goes off. Do you have certain day out of the week to plan content? I love Sundays. I do love Sundays. Sometimes it's not even Sunday for me. It's really whenever I feel like I had that free time, and I will really take like an hour or two out of my day and just switch my outfits. I will literally just switch my outfits within an hour or 2 hour span, and then I'll have enough content for the week. So just Sunday, I was able to take an hour out my day. If you want to have your hair and your makeup and stuff done, that's fine. But a lot of people like the organic stuff. If you can't have your wig flying off or drop off or do something crazy that might even go viral fast. So don't think you have to be dolled up to have content. You can literally roll out of bed and make a video. So there's no excuses as far as that. But I would definitely say plan content. So just figure out what day of the week works best for you and what time, and kind of schedule it in like you would schedule anything else, and hold yourself accountable for that. So even if that means adding it to your Google Calendar, like an appointment or a consultation, add it, because I know some people are busy like me, and I am doing a lot for other businesses, helping them grow and holding them accountable and kind of just partnering up with them just to make sure they reach their goals. So sometimes when it comes to creating content, that's like strictly like about me. And sometimes I forget about me in other areas. So I want to say, even if you had to add it to your Google Calendar, your iPhone calendar, any type of calendar, add it to your calendar. That way you can hold yourself accountable. Like, really hold yourself accountable, because if you don't, you're going to be stressed out more than likely creating content during the week, unless you're just comfortable just rolling out of bed all the time and making duets and stuff and just don't feel like you have to put like all of that extra stuff into content. I know some people take time editing, some people don't, some people just do duets. So whatever works for you. If you can just wing it during the day and you don't have a lot of stuff to get done, you're not that busy, then do it. But if you're busy, or even if you're not busy, but you know what type of person you are, you definitely want to take that time to just set a calendar reminder for a time that works best for you to plan that content. And I promise you, it's going to be a game changer. It's going to be a lifesaver, because you're not going to be hassling around and being stressed out. Like stressed out. I remember when I was doing it, I was stressed the hell out, guys. I was stressed out. Like 1 minute I was like handling the client. Next minute I was like content, handling the client. No, it gets crazy if you think like that. So let's be better. It's 2022 and it's 222. So if you haven't been planning your content, let's make that a goal and a thing to do moving forward. That way you can have that balance in between creating content and handling the rest of the things that you do in your life. So I'm going to hold you accountable if you are watching this and you're not planning your content, to please do that. Let's see. I'm scrolling through. I had a few more. Does IG invite personal accounts? Yes, I'm invited on my personal account, but my personal account is set up to be my personal account has been set up as a public figure for years, guys. Even when I was working at corporate, I just knew that, I don't know, intuitively knew that I was going to be a public figure or something. But I had it set up like that for years. But my business pages on Instagram is not invited at all. So just keep that in mind. It's my personal page that I'm making money on, and not my business page. And on Facebook is vice versa for me. Let's see. Next one. It helped me. I filled it out in October before they had an actual rules program. Got a formal invite in November. See, same thing I'm talking about. If you hopped on that interest form in the beginning, you got that same response, and more than likely got that invite almost right away. All right, really fast. Do you have to create an IG creator account to monetize? Every time I log into Facebook, they keep trying to get me to link my IG. I do have my IG linked. That could make a difference, but I would say have your IG linked just because why not? Like, unless it's like a reason, like if you have a personal account, link it with your personal Facebook. If you have a business page, link it with your business Facebook on both platforms. So make sure it's uniform and it's connecting, it's linking together. You're not just linking hair and makeup with credit repair, something off the wall. Make sure you're linking it together, the pages that match. But I would definitely suggest doing it because it helps out. As many benefits to that. And if you're in the group, I can post the benefits of doing that later after this chat. But definitely look into that. Does IG invite? Okay, we went over that. To be honest, I thought this program was a scam. When I got my first invite in late December, I spent more time on IG for my brand. Facebook is not playing this year. Facebook is definitely not playing. And at first, when I got it, and of course, I had the opportunity to make $1,200 a month on IG, and then Facebook pops up with 35,000. I'm like, what? I didn't even take it seriously at first. I really didn't, but I took it seriously enough to submit my other pages. I definitely did, but I was so focused on posting to IG and really giving that attention that even though my personal account on Facebook wasn't monetized, I was just transferring the videos only to my personal Facebook. So it was kind of like I wasn't making money on my business pages at first because I was sleeping on it. Then I woke up. I woke up and I decided to create me a digital creator account so I can just post all my stuff that's on my personal account to a digital creator Facebook page. I'm sorry. And that is being monetized. So guys, quick tip before we go. I probably will only answer one more question. If you have an old Facebook page that is monetizing on the Facebook Reels Play bonuses, take that old page like I did. And even if you have to revamp it, change the name, change the cover photo, change the description, whatever you have to do. If it's eligible to monetize on Facebook Reels Play bonuses, don't sleep on that opportunity. You can quickly just change your info and make it a digital creator page or something. That's what I did. because I'm not going to have all my pages being monetized and it's one of my old pages for something I don't do anymore. I'm just going to, hey, let me not make another page. Let me just flip it and make this a digital creator page and make some money off of it. All right, so that's going to wrap it up, guys. I hope you got some insight today. We lost Rebecca again, but if you missed the beginning, I do want to say that she is an entrepreneur and content creator who has in total made $22,000 in Facebook Rules Play bonuses alone, which is phenomenal. Facebook gives you that option 35K and then 70K. So if you are watching right now, please tune in next Tuesday at 8 p.m. live, because I'm coming to you with a special guest every episode. And that way you guys will be able to put the pieces together to figure out what works for you. So let me do my job of picking their brains and just kind of getting their motivational story. I know Rebecca actually had a lot more to her story that unfortunately she did not get the opportunity to share. But hopefully I'll make a post in the group, and if she's comfortable, she can tell you how she really got into content creator, which was around her real life situations. We talked about so many great things today. So we didn't get that opportunity to really get into that. But if you have ever been through something in life, if you want to be transparent and kind of make that into what your rules are about, there's a lot of other people out here who are going through maybe the same situation as you. And not only is that like type of valuable content for someone else to see, well, hey, this person has been through that, or hey, this person has already overcome that, then not only are they going to be motivated, they're going to be uplifted, and they're going to come back, follow you, and see what other content that you're posting, because people like to see that type of stuff. So I did just want to point that out. And Rebecca's not here, but I want to thank her so much for coming on this show. And guys, if you're in the Real Talk Business Motivation group on Facebook, I will see you there. And other than that, I will see you guys next Tuesday at 8 p.m. Gotta go. Bye.